Hello, my name is Bharti Singh Arre and I am Assistant Professor in Government College Toda Bheem. In this video today, we are going to talk about the Victorian age in English literature. This is also prescribed by Kota University for BA Part 3. So let's begin. The Victorian age is one of the most remarkable periods in the history of England. It was an era of material affluence and prosperity, political consciousness, democratic reforms, industrial and mechanical progress, scientific advancement, social unrest, educational mechanical expansion, empire building, and religious uncertainty. Let us have a look at the historical background of this age. In the year 1837, Queen Victoria ascended the throne of Great Britain and Ireland and succeeded William IV. She served for a period of 64 years till her death in 1901, and it is the second longest reigns in the history of England. The period of her rule is known as the Victorian Age. This period was marked by many important social and historical changes that altered the nation in many ways. Nearly one-fourth of the world owed allegiance to the British Queen. The population nearly doubled. The British Empire expanded exponentially, and technological and industrial progress helped Britain become the most powerful country in the world. Let's have a look at the chief characteristics of the Victorian period. The Victorian era was a time of rapid technological advancement and industrialization. Electricity started to become more common. Photography became a popular medium and rail systems spread across Britain. In 1842, Victoria became the first monarch to ride a train. Her reign for nearly 65 years is the second longest in British history, the first being that of Queen Elizabeth II, the present reigning monarch of England. The industrial progress. Peace brought material advancement and industrial progress in the country. The Industrial Revolution of the age transformed the agrarian economy of England into an industrial economy. Mills and factories were established at important centres, and the whole of England hummed with the rattle of looms and the boom of weaving machines. While the country saw economic progress, poverty and exploitation were also equally a part of it. The gap between the rich and the poor increased significantly, and the drive for material and commercial success was seen to propagate a kind of a moral decay in the society itself. The changing landscape of the country was another concern. While the earlier phase of Romanticism saw a celebration of the countryside and the rich landscape of the flora and fauna, the Victorian era saw a changing of the landscape to one of the rising industries and factories. While the poor were exploited for the labor, the period witnessed the rise of a middle class. Due to the increasing trade between Britain and its colonies, and the Reform Bill of 1832 strengthened their hold. There was also a shift from the romantic ideals of the previous age towards a more realistic acceptance and depiction of society. The Victorian era, in particular, became notorious for the conditions under which children were employed. Children as young as 4 were employed in production in the factories and mines. They were made to work in the chimneys. Their working conditions were very harsh and they worked for long hours in dangerous and often fatal conditions. One of the most important factors that defined the age was its stress on morality. Strict societal codes were enforced and certain activities were openly looked down upon. These codes were even harsher for women. A feminine code of conduct was levied on them, which described every aspect of the being from the proper appearance to how to converse. Everything had rules. The role of women was mostly that of being angels of the house and restricted to domestic confines. Professionally, very few options were available to them as a woman, as she could either become a governess or a teacher in rich households. Hence, they were financially dependent on their husbands and fathers, and it led to a commercialization of the institution of marriage. In the field of science, philosophy, and discovery, we have three major works that had a global impact. The first is Adam Smith's magnum opus. He was a Scottish economist and a moral philosopher. His Wealth of Nations advocated free trade and believed that the market is best left untouched. Government intervention only prevents the economy from righting itself. He strongly opposed any government interference with business affairs. Another important work that was written was Charles Darwin on the Origin of Species, which was published in 1859. It was a scientific literature and it transformed the way we think about natural world. The book was extremely controversial because it implied that man was simply another form of animal and that people might have evolved from apes. Darwin was strongly attacked, particularly by the church. The theory of evolution led to a crisis of faith and spiritual doubt among so many people. Another important philosophical essay written by John Stuart Mill was On Liberty. It was published in 1859. He was a pioneer of women's rights, and his another book, The Subjection of Women, which was published in 1869, was a remarkable work. Mill attacked the tyranny of the majority who would deny liberty to individuals through public opinion. So, in the next video, we shall continue with the history of English literature, especially the Victorian age. Thank you.